What's going on, guys? Welcome back into the channel. Today I want to do a quick update video on the channel just to update you guys on some of the topics that you guys might be curious about in terms of what's going on with the channel and what's going on with the different series and games on the channel and everything like that. And the first thing that I want to talk about in today's video is I actually want to talk about the RDFL. I want to talk about my status with the RDFL and what's going on with that league specifically. But more specifically, I want to talk about it in reference to this YouTube channel. And so the first thing that I want to say in regards to the RDFL is that I am no longer in the RDFL. I'm no longer involved with the RDFL. And it's nothing negative. So essentially what I want to say in regards to it is I started the league along with Mark, who was the Cowboys in that league. Great owner, a lot of great people in that league, but it simply became too time-consuming for me. And so I have ended my series with the RDFL. And it kind of stinks to have ended it where I did. I was expecting to at least finish out a season and kind of ended at that point. But ultimately, I made the decision that, from a time perspective, from a making content for this channel perspective, I just wasn't getting anything out of that series in the way that I had initially planned. And let me break that down a little bit more for you guys. So it takes a good bit of time to come up with these video ideas for you guys, come up with these videos and put them out for you guys and make sure that they're done right. Sometimes it takes me multiple takes. Now I'm starting to learn my recording software and all that stuff. So I have a lot of time wrapped up into that. On top of that, I'm married. On top of that, I have my own job. And then on top of that, I have the RFL, the Relocation Football League that I'm a coach of. And I spend a lot of time dedicated to that. And so between all of those things, I found it difficult to manage my time and have enough time to be able to schedule games on other people's time for that 32-man user league and things like that. And so from a time perspective, it really didn't allow me to do what I wanted to do within everything else that I care about. And to be quite honest with you, the RDFL was lower on my totem pole than this YouTube channel, than all of the things in my real life. Lower on the totem pole than the RFL, because those things are very high in standing for me. And so I made the decision that it was better just to do it sooner than later to allow a new user to take over that team earlier and have a shot with that team and be able to do some things with that team. So I am no longer running the RDFL. I'm no longer even in that Discord. I left it to Mark, and he's got a great group of guys that are going to be taking over a lot of those roles for him. It was just too time-consuming for me, and that's ultimately what it boils down to. And for what I was getting out of it in terms of, I'm not really that entertained by user versus user gameplay because it has a tendency to be very cheesy, very repetitive, and not really that fun. So I really wasn't getting a lot out of it. And I know that that'll probably disappoint some of you guys that like to follow that RDFL league consistently, but that's the decision that I had to make because you guys probably even noticed on the channel I've been so far behind with getting even thumbnails on my videos that I've been making on a daily basis. And that hasn't been the case, up until the RDFL started, and I didn't have the time to do it. And so now I'm going to get myself caught up on the thumbnails. I'm going to have time to put thumbnails on all my videos and things like that and produce the best type of content possible while also learning how to utilize my recording software and everything, the new computer and all that, and I can put together even better content for you guys. So that's where the RDFL stands. It still exists. It's still running. All those guys stream their games and whatnot. I am still allowing them to recruit within my own Discord and all that. So, no bad blood or anything like that. There really wasn't any, issue, any fight or anything that went on. It was just a mutual agreement to part ways, based on the scenario. And then with that being said, I just want to talk a little bit about MLB The Show and the status of the channel moving forward, transitioning into the MLB phase of this channel. Because if you've been with me for a long time, you know how this works. But if you haven't been with me for a long time, you don't know probably how my channel goes. So for the majority of the Madden season, we do all of these daily videos with Madden, but you guys can probably tell that at this point in the season, we're starting to run out of content. We're starting to run out of video ideas and things to cover because we've covered most of what is important and what people care about. And so whenever a new game comes out, like MLB The Show, NHL, things like that, we have a tendency to go to that game and play series on that channel. We play franchises. We do tips and tricks on those. MLB is probably my second biggest game in comparison to Madden. So it's the one that I'll make the most videos on in comparison to Madden. I make fewer on like NHL, and I even do solo games like Assassin's Creed and stuff like that. You won't see a ton of videos on those, but you'll see a lot of videos on MLB. So for those of you that are newer to the channel, because I know that we've just hit 6,000 subscribers, I want you guys to know that we will be transitioning into that phase of covering MLB gameplay, doing series on that, and things like that. And with that out of the way, I want to talk about getting your feedback on my series that I'm going to do on MLB The Show. So normally I do a Pittsburgh Pirates rebuild or a Pittsburgh Pirates franchise, but realistically this year, to bring to you guys, I think it would be most entertaining to just simply get your feedback on who you would like to see. Now, I know you guys aren't all going to agree on who you want to see me play a franchise with, but I would like to get as much early feedback as possible and then compile all that to figure out who would be the best and most representative team to do a series with. Now, I don't want a team that's amazing. I don't want like a Dodgers to just take them over and run the table. I could do the Pittsburgh Pirates again if that's what you guys want. I'm not rolling that out. But I know that it's kind of overdone because I do it every single year. Maybe you guys want to see something new. A couple other teams that I'm a fan of. I like the Oakland A's a lot. I like them from way back when, but they're a pretty solid team now too, so they might not be all that entertaining in terms of a team to work with. I could try to do as realistic of a possible rebuild with a team like the Pirates that is struggling, or any other bottom feeder. I've thought about the Giants could be interesting. The Giants are a pretty deprived team. They don't really have a lot of talent on their roster right now, and their farm system isn't the greatest, so they could be an option. But let me know in the comment section what you guys would like to see out of MLB this year. I will be continuing to do tips and tricks, and it sounds like they've updated Road to the Show, franchise mode, so there will be some new things to cover as well that will be good videos to make. Make sure you guys just leave your feedback in the comment section down below. And that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about today. I do have a couple of videos in the works that you might have heard me mention. I am probably doing... Well, I definitely am doing. It's just a matter of time of figuring out how to get it done. I'm doing a setup video. I'm going to be doing some wish list videos for like future Madden, what I want to see out of the game and things like that. And I will probably also be doing like a PS5 review because there are some things that I feel like I have to say about it, positive and negative. So there are definitely some things I want to do in terms of that. So do have some future videos planned in terms of that, but a lot of that requires recording knowledge and editing knowledge that I don't have yet, and so I'm trying to learn that stuff. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, getting a quick recap on the channel. Make sure you, like I said, leave that feedback on the video down below in the comment section. Leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'll see you guys in the next video. Hope you guys have a good one.